Hi everyone, Tallara here, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We're picking up right where we left off. We are here at the war table, and we are going to head out on our next main quest, which is Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts. To refresh your memory, an assassin is stalking the Empress. Celine's death would plunge Orlais into chaos, leaving it an easy target for Corypheus. At the Winter Palace of Halamshiral, Celine is holding peace talks with her rebellious cousin Grand Duke Gaspard under the guise of a grand ball. Every noble in the Empire will attend, making it the perfect place and time for Corypheus's assassin to strike. We can arrange an invitation to attend to keep him from destroying Orlais, if we hurry.
We have to reach the Empress before Corypheus. The only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone will be there. During the festivities, Celine will be meeting for peace talks with the usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala.
The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
Tell me about Gaspard.
What do we know about Duke Gaspard?
The man who would have been Emperor. He's Celine's cousin, and was first in line to inherit the throne when Emperor Florian died. Celine outmaneuvered him. She won over the Council of Heralds, who hold authority over title disputes. She became Empress, and he a general in the Imperial Army. He's well loved by the troops. He's also a Chevalier. Most of their number sided with him when he turned on the Empress.
Gaspard has chevaliers?
Aren't the Chevaliers part of the army? Why would they follow the Duke?
Most Chevaliers are sworn to serve the crown, but that does not give them faith in the person wearing it. The Empress has tried to improve relations with Ferelden and Navarra. The Chevaliers see her as anti-military. They believe Gaspard could lead the Empire back to the glory of Draken's expansion years.
Lovely. Tell me about Celine.
Tell me everything we know about the Empress.
Empress Celine is a renowned diplomat and reformer. She works tirelessly to secure peace for the Empire. Unfortunately, many Orlesians view peace as complacency. She has yet to name an heir, leaving the future of the Empire in doubt if anything happens to her. Especially when the next in line is her cousin Gaspard, who's made few friends on the Council of Heralds.
Celine is surrounded at all times by countless guards, courtiers, servants, and vassals. What better place for an assassin to hide than the Empress's own household?
So Gaspard is Celine's heir?
How can Gaspard still be next in line while he wages war against his Empress?
The title Grand Duke indicates that he was a prince before the Empress took the throne.
Okay. And last, tell me about this Briala.
Who is this Ambassador Briala?
An ambassador in name only, she has organized the elves of Halamshiral into an underground army. The Empress invited her to the peace talks in a bid to gain the elves' alliance in the war.
Oh.
That would be scandal enough, without the rumor that Briala is a jilted lover of Celine.
Oh.
A personal grudge and a network of saboteurs at her command. Promising lead.
So Celine had an elven lover.
Wait, the elven leader is a jilted lover of the Empress?
It's not widely known, just a rumor whispered among the palace servants a few years ago. If it's true and were to get out, the Empress and an elf. The scandal could destroy Celine's court. Even if a lie, Briala could use it to blackmail the Empress. She has some connection to the throne.
So what you're saying is this should be real spicy. Alright, that's a lot to consider.
You've given me plenty to think about.
With Gaspard and Celine's armies entrenched, we cannot openly march troops to the palace.
My agents will ensure your soldiers get inside, but it must be a few at a time to avoid attention.
Understood. Just give the word. We'll begin.
Alright, let's do this. So, as I mentioned before, I definitely want Vivienne in the party for this one. I think this is a good time for her. As well, I'm going to have Cassandra, again, someone who's level-headed and respectable. And then for our rogue, do we bring Varric? Maybe we should bring Cole, again, for maybe his intuition into emotions and such. Also, wasn't he locked in an Imperial prison in his former life, or the human version of him, however you want to describe it? So think it might be a good idea to bring him as well. So, let's bring Cole.
The political situation in Halam Shiral hangs by a thread. The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
Oh, we're looking fancy.
Inquisitor Adar, it is my great pleasure to meet you. The rumors coming out of the Western Approach say you battled an army of demons. Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
I'm just gonna sweet talk him. That would be impressive.
I can see many benefits to such an alliance.
Keep the image firmly in mind. We may see it materialize by the end of the evening. I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help me, I'll help you. My lady, are you prepared to shock the court by walking into the Grand Ball with a hateful usurper? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
Aren't we exciting people?
I can't imagine that crowd has seen anything better than us in their entire lives.
You're a woman after my own heart, my lady. As a friend, perhaps there is a matter you could undertake this evening. This elven woman, Briara, I suspect that she intends to disrupt the negotiations. My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
It's worth investigating.
That sounds like something I should look into.
Be as discreet as possible. I detest the game, but if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the court waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
Is that the Inquisitor?
An ox? Impossible.
That's not the Inquisitor. It's just somebody's pet.
Wow. Orlesians consider Kunari little better than ogres. You will have to work extremely hard to win them over. That's so rude. Alright, so we've been here for 2 seconds and we're already experiencing racism. So this should be a good night. Let's speak with this noble woman
Might be
back
something
here.
here. Better take a closer look.
There's also something to find. Aha, someone lost a ring.
Mika, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
I found it. You just gained court approval, which is usually the result of finesse, entertaining people, or keeping up appearances. The higher court approval is, the better.
Is this the ring you were looking for?
You are a treasure. I cannot believe you found it. You have saved me a lifetime of mortification. How can I thank you enough?
Alright, so we gotta go around and impress people and show them that I'm not actually an ogre. So rude. We also got a few codex entries I want to check out here, so let's go there first. First up is Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon. Lady Montilion, I can offer no apology for my nephew's behavior the other night. Gaspard has never betrayed any interest in following my advice. In truth, everything he said to you at your dinner party, he has also said to me. His resentment at being deprived of the throne has festered for some time, and he was never one to accept defeat gracefully. I would take Gaspard's threats of war seriously. I do not believe my nephew knows how to resolve problems through the use of anything but steel. If his record on the battlefield is any indication, he is quite adept at doing so. I shall be increasing my personal guard directly. We also have a codex entry about Halam Shiral. After the glorious reclamation of the Dales, the elven capital lay empty and in ruins for years, a haven for bandits and highwaymen and all manner of miscreants. The land lay unused until the Exalted Age, when Alphonse Valmont, the very Lion himself, declared that a palace should be built there, in honor of the valiant actions of his brothers in besting the armies of false Emperor Xavier Dracon. Originally called Chateau Lion, it was designed as a grand retreat for the Emperor's brothers and their families. The city of Halam Shiral grew around the palace. The first records of its existence appear in the Storm Age, Emperor Cyril granted the title of Marquis to Sir Reginald Montclair for administration of Halam Sharal. An elven uprising destroyed Chateau Lion in the Blessed Age. When Emperor Judicial I rebuilt it, he named the new retreat the Winter Palace. It was designed more for the Emperor and his immediate family than for any cadet branches of House Valmont, and became the heart of the imperial court in the darkest months of winter. So this is essentially a vacation house for the Empress, built on ancient elven lands. Got it. That shouldn't be a problem at all. Alright, let's see who else we can impress, and see what information we can gather. Just basically go on a recon mission here at the Winter Palace.
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Gaspard will ruin us all.
Everyone has different thoughts about who they like for the throne. This door is locked and we need a Hala statuette if we want to get in there, so we'll have to keep an eye open for that. Speaking of Hala statuettes, there's one right here. We also locked another codex entry about superstitions of the royal family. The Valmont family has its quirks, every family does, but the Valmonts lean particularly toward the occult. Emperor Reveal the Mad believed in ghosts. He was certain that his mother continued to advise him after her death, and that the angry shade of his twin brothers sought his downfall. He employed the services of soothsayers to convey messages from beyond the grave and to stave off his slain brother's wrath. His son, Emperor Judicial I, had a fascination for all things ancient and arcane. It is said that his desire to reconstruct the Palace of Halam Sharal, after an elven uprising destroyed it, was due more to his interest in the site itself than in politics or the game. They say he chose to spend the winter months at this family retreat because he believed the palace located at a nexus of elven magic, that spending time there would grant him longer life as with the fabled immortal elves. In the end, the palace did not prevent his death due to heart failure. His youngest son, Prince Renaud, had a similar interest in elves in the Dales. He collected carvings of Hala, the Dalish beasts of burden sacred to one of their false gods. The statuettes, all the work of Dalish artisans during the Long Walk, were kept in his room in the Winter Palace. When his daughter ascended to the throne, she had them repurposed as keys. But why, and for what? No one can know. Okay, so we got a lot of superstitious people around here. Regardless, we found ourselves a statuette, so let's see if we can open this door here. Ooh. Nice. Got loot. Love it.
This is a private conversation. Please leave.
Okay. Now we need to find a safe spot to eavesdrop on the Novel's conversation. If y'all don't want me to hear, that makes me want to hear even more. Where are they going? One over there. Just linger right here.
Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
Okay, so it sounds like they just want an end to the war, which is honestly totally a normal thing to want. Alright, I think we've done everything we need to do out here in the yards, so let's open the gate and go inside.
Inquisitor, a moment, if you please.
Oh, hey.
I must warn you before you go inside. How you speak to the court is a matter of life and death. It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
They sound like a fun bunch.
Don't they sound delightful? I'm shocked we haven't invited the court to dinner at Skyhold.
The game is like Wicked Grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer in the Fade with the Fear Demon.
That's a cheery thought.
You are just full of joy and light this evening.
Everything will be fine.
Glad I have you here, Josephine, for some
Andraste, watch over us all.
pre-game pep talk, even though it doesn't seem like you have much optimism. Alright, here we are in the palace, where the real party is happening, and where the politics presumably begin.
I heard the Grand Duke invited the Inquisition here.
Sure did. Oh, hey, look, Cullen's here. Looking fancy.
Need to have this jacket let out a little.
There's Cassandra.
This dress uniform is preposterous. Formal armor would have been better.
But we're all matching. Don't we look great? We're like a team.
How can they call this a vestibule? It's a foyer.
Please,
How could the Empress
barely half
afford
the
to
size of the
renovate the
foyer in the
palace
Imperial
without
Palace.
war going on?
It's obviously just a
So much gossiping. What else is new? Some random dwarves over here. I'm just gonna take a look around before we go in the ballroom. Okay, can't get into the royal wing yet, but I'm gonna keep my eyes open for a key.
How has the lyrium trade dropped off so sharp?
With so much fighting dimension.
My contacts say there's a new supply. We can't track down who it might be.
Can do some eavesdropping right here. What were we eavesdropping on? What? Apparently I gathered a scandalous secret. 1 out of 30. I can deliver them to Liliana for her to presumably use in our favor. Well, let me just gather all the scandalous secrets I can, shall I?
Waste of time.
No scandalous secrets there. Alright, let's go into the ballroom. Oh, here's Grand Duke Gaspard. I'm so much taller than him. I love it.
And now presenting Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, and accompanying him, Lady Inquisitor Adar.
The scandal! Everyone must be clutching their pearls right now. There's the Empress.
Vanquisher of the rebel mages of Ferelden, crusher of the vile apostates of the Mage Underground.
Remember to smile. This is all for show, my dear.
Champion of the blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, Seeker, Cassandra, Allegra, Portia, Calogera, Philomena.
That's a lot of names.
14th cousin to the King of Navarra, 9 times removed. Hero of Orlais. Right hand of the divine. Madame Vivienne, first enchanter of the Circle of Magi.
I didn't realize they were introducing my friends back there. I would have waited.
Mistress of the Duke of Ghislaine. Sir Cullen Stanton Rutherford of Hunleaf, commander of the forces of the Inquisition. Former Knight Commander of Kirkwall. Lady Liliana, Nightingale of the Imperial Court. Veteran of the 5th Blight. Seneschal of the Inquisition, and left hand of the Divine. And Lady Josephine Charette Montillier of Antiva City, Ambassador of the Inquisition.
I like how Cole did not get an introduction. That's kind of funny. I also love how they straight up announce that Vivienne is a mistress. I love how that's not like taboo around here. Anyway, the squad has been announced.
Cousin, my dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celine. We have business to conclude.
Okay.
We will meet for the negotiations
Straight to the point.
Seen to our other guests.
Wow, that's quite the bow.
Inquisitor.
Lady Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities.
We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
So hang on, that's Gaspard's sister. Why would she be here? Is Celine like holding her hostage or something? I have to find out more about that. I'll just say it's an honor.
I'm delighted to be here, Your Majesty.
We have heard much of your exploits, Inquisitor. They have made grand tales for long evenings. How do you find Halam Shiral?
It's lovely.
I've never seen anything to equal the Winter Palace.
We hope you will find time to take in some of its beauties. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look forward to watching you dance.
Okay, our pleasantries are out of the way, and now we can actually get to work.
Inquisitor, a word when you have a moment.
I got you, girl. Alright. We just got a codex entry about Empress Celine, so let's pop in there and check that out. Empress Celine Valmont, my dear Viscount, I can congratulate you on securing an invitation to appear at court. Allow me to present you with these 3 words of advice as a gift. Don't underestimate Celine. You must not mistake her reputation as a diplomat and peacemaker to mean she avoids conflict. Dozens of her enemies litter the bottom of the harbor in Val Royeaux. Negotiation did not send them there. She is as shrewd and ambitious as her grandfather, Dudiciel I, but unlike him, she knows how to handle the nobility. She built the University of Orlais, the most vehemently opposed project in Orlesian history, because she knew how to win the support she needed to overcome even her bitterest rivals. She can keep a pet apostate in front of the chantry because even the divine fears her influence. Do enjoy your visit to the palace. Sincerely, Duke Germain. Alright, so she is not a force to be trifled with. Here is what we need to know, clearly. Let's check in with everybody. Here's Josephine.
Josephine! Oh, Josephine! Is this her? Inquisitor, please allow me to present to you my younger sister.
Oh, her sister!
Gabriella Montillier.
Wow, another Lady Montillier.
There can never be too many Lady Montilliers and Thedas, can there?
Inquisitor, I've heard so much about you, but not as much as I want. Josephine writes, but she never tells me anything. Is it true? Rebel mages in Redcliffe were performing blood rites and orgies before you stopped them. Where did you hear such nonsense? Everyone in Antiva says so. Is it true?
Sure. Why not?
Of course, every word. Especially the parts where everyone was nude.
I knew it.
So, tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself, Lady Yvette. This is the first time I've encountered any of Josephine's family.
She would forget to mention the artists. I've been studying painting under Antiva's royal tutors. You should be proud, Josie. I'm going to be exhibiting my work next season in the city's biggest salon. Have you actually sat down and finished the painting yet? I must wait for my inspiration. And I must wait for your tutor's bills.
How's the evening going?
Enjoying the ball?
I see many of. The dancing is so dull, your worship, but the Empress's gallery is magnificent. Yvette. Sorry, Josie.
Please continue, Josephine.
Go on, Josephine.
Half Royal must be empty. So many of the Empire's finest are in attendance. They've noticed the Empress paying you special attention, but they don't quite know how to take advantage of it yet. This uncertainty won't last long, I'm afraid.
Alright, last question. Any fun tales about Josephine?
This may be my only chance to hear about when Josephine was a girl.
Oh yes, as she told you about when she was 10 and... Yvette, stop. Fine. What about when we were climbing the cliffs by the... No. She once told the Duke of... Absolutely not. She still plays with her doll collection when no one's looking. Yvette. Absurd. Absolutely preposterous.
That's so funny. Alright, goodbye, girls.
I'll see you later.
Another time.
Nice to break the tension a little bit with some silly Josephine stories. Now, let's see who else is here. There are a lot of people here. I'm a bit overwhelmed. Can't even get outside for some fresh air.
I had hoped to tour the Royal Wing Gardens.
Just going around looking for other people to talk to. Here's Vivienne.
And here we are. You haven't embarrassed yourself as much as I feared. Well done, my dear.
Thanks, trying my best. You're having fun, aren't you?
It seems like you enjoy this, Vivienne.
This is the game, Inquisitor. Of course I enjoy it. If I didn't, I'd be dead by now.
Who do you support?
Tell me, Vivienne, where do you want the crown to fall?
What I want is irrelevant, darling. Orlais requires stability, and that is best served by Empress Celine.
Have you seen anything?
Anything happening I should know?
Cole is behaving even more oddly than usual. Someone should keep an eye on him.
Okay, I'll go check in. Any advice about the court?
Any words of wisdom for navigating the ballroom?
Speak to the Council of Heralds. 6 of them are here tonight. The 7th member of the council is indisposed. His absence will complicate the negotiations. The council are the highest-ranking players of the game. They see everything. They might know something we can use.
See, I knew bringing Vivienne along was a good idea. Just be ready for trouble.
Be ready to act when I give the signal.
Always, my dear.
Okay, that's good information. And here's a council person, the Dowager.
Perhaps we can speak later, Inquisitor.
Okay. Screw me then. Guess we'll try again later.
I heard Celine was having...
Here's Colin.
Inquisitor, did you need something? The sooner we track down this infiltrator, the better.
I was just checking in, man. Any advice?
Do you have any advice?
Orlesian social events don't fall within my area of expertise. There are a few here we can trust. Be careful.
Got it. Anything to report?
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Nothing that stands out. I doubt there's a single person here without ulterior motives.
Alright, do your thing, Colin.
We'll talk later.
I await your signal.
Okay.
What were they doing in the western approach?
There's one thing I wanted to say. My initial thoughts on loyalties lay with Celine. There's just no time for upheaval right now. You know, changing the Emperor of Orlais, it's just gonna cause upheaval. So I definitely support Celine. I also like Celine because she is interested in peace. She doesn't want to try to take over Ferelden like many emperors have done in the past. Also, she was willing to help. She was one of the few people willing to help when Ferelden was attacked by the Blight. So I actually have a good vibe with Celine, and if you had to ask me where sort of my allegiances lay, I think it would be towards her, but... Anyway, let's go speak with Liliana.
Good. I was hoping it would catch you. What did the Duke say?
He points the finger at Ambassador Briala.
The ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celine is from her side. Empress Celine is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic. I've had dealings with her in the past. She is ruthless and capable of anything.
I mean, that sounds very sus. There's an apostate at court?
How can Celine openly keep an apostate in the Imperial Court?
The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Before now, it was little better than court jester. Vivienne was the first to turn that appointment into a source of real political power. When the circles rebelled, technically every mage became an apostate. The word lost much of its strength.
That's fair. It's worth investigating.
It sounds exactly like the person we're looking for.
She's worth investigating. Can't be sure of anything here. Both leads point toward the guest wing. It's a promising place to start. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better. I will be in the ballroom if you need me.
Alright, we've got a lead, so let's go investigate. Oh, here's Cassandra.
This ball is a waste of time, like all Orlesian foolishness. Let's find the Venatori collaborator and get out of here.
Trying. You seen anything yet?
Have you witnessed anything noteworthy?
Nothing yet. I will let you know.
Alright, keep your eyes open.
Stay alert. We don't know where the enemy is hiding.
I'll be watching for trouble. The sooner we leave this place, the better.
Yep, it's kind of like a nest of vipers in here, but we're trying our best. Also trying to get some approval with the nobles and such. Right now we're only 40 out of 100, so they probably still think I'm an ogre. So we need to investigate Briala's agents and explore the Grand Library. Oh, here's the guest wing in the Hall of Heroes. Whoa. Can we get in the trophy room? No. Locked. Yard of the Winter Palace. Malfarath the Betrayer. Cool.
We are not serving drinks. Bother someone else.
Guess we're gonna have to eavesdrop, huh? It's a good place for me to listen in. Down below, perhaps?
Interesting.
Yeah, here we go.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one of the
Ooh.
garden. Statuette.
That sounds sus. Alright, we're gonna go check that out. Some beautiful golden lions here. Yard of the Winter Palace. Triumph of the Dragon Age. Commissioned by Empress Celine in honor of the Grey Warden actions at the Battle of Denerim, which ended the Fifth Blight. Oh, wow! See, I like that. And I know I'm biased because, you know, we played as the hero of Ferelden. But I like that Empress Celine actually recognizes Ferelden when they didn't for so long. Oh my god, there's so many people at this party. Holy crap. Okay, let's do some more eavesdropping.
Good to know.
Scandalous secret has been gathered. And here's a council member.
Well, well, the Inquisitor. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. How curious.
Gaspard is your nephew?
I didn't know the Grand Duke was your nephew.
He's my brother's eldest boy. Always a difficult child, Gaspard. Never listened, never did what he was told. He was raised a prince. All his life we told him he would be emperor. It was his destiny, his duty. What else should he do with his life if not fight for his destiny?
Have you seen anything?
Have you noticed anything strange this evening?
My niece Florian hasn't spoken to me all evening. That's not like her.
Okay, good evening.
Another time, my lord.
Being seen even talking with the Duke apparently raised my court approval, so that's good. What do we have here? Compendium of Orlesian Theater. Oh, okay. Little play there. Something hidden here too. A caprice coin. Wait a minute. Is that blood on the floor? Oh yeah, that's blood on the floor. Leading all the way to right here where it stops. That is very, very suspicious. Did you guys see anything? You're standing right next to the blood.
Be here, stranger.
That is so sus. Alright, let's do some eavesdropping.
He hasn't made the pickup. It's been hours.
You went into the servants' wing. Nobody's come out of there all night.
I'll tell Briala we have a situation.
Something's happening, that's for sure, as if the blood wasn't enough of an indicator. What else do we have? Cylinder seal.
Well, well. What's this?
What is it? Alamsharal investigation. Clues. Clara, kitchen staff, entered servant's wing by main stair at 1:30. Vernon, undergardener, entered the servant's wing from the hall at 2:45. Sophie, chambermaid, entered the servant's wing from the hall 3:22. Marius, footman, entered servant's wing by the main stair at 3:45. Briala, we need immediate support down there. Something's gone wrong. Okay, so something is happening in the servant's wing. People are going in and they are not coming out. It's good to know.
This way is closed. Please, use the main entrance to the ballroom.
Got it. Let's go see if we can get in the servants' quarters.
I heard the Inquisition
Oh, here's a Council of Heralds vassal.
Should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
How did you cross Gaspard?
I can't imagine Gaspard being vitriolic. What's the matter?
The Grand Duke bears a grudge against the Council for refusing him the crown. He's threatened death if they refuse him again, collectively and individually.
Oh dear.
Along with their vassals.
You just lost court approval, which is usually the result of being too direct or blunt in your actions. What?
What backwater did you come from? Everyone knows that.
Well, okay. Noted. I will be more discreet.
My lady! My lady Inquisitor!
May we have a word? It is very important.
The Empress has sent us with a message for you.
Okay. Give me the message.
What's the message?
This is so exciting!
Empress Celine is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in her holy endeavor.
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspard is defeated.
How kind of her.
That's a generous offer.
The Empress believes wholeheartedly that the Inquisition is our best hope for peace in these difficult times.
She looks forward to cementing a formal alliance.
As soon as Gaspard is out of the way.
But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy the masquerade, Inquisitor.
Alright, I see how it is. Games and politics, games and politics. This is quite the interesting quest. It is much less of a physical fight as it is a mental fight. Trying to gather information, act as you should, spy on people. It's the whole package.
Have you heard from your nephew?
Okay, looks like we can climb up this. Totally inconspicuous. No one look over here at me climbing this lattice work. This will get us to the servants' quarters. Exploring the off-limit spaces of the palace can yield rewards, but take care not to be gone too long. When you're absent from the party, people will notice and your court approval will drop. Well, I see another trail of blood up here, leading into the Grand Library. We'll do it fast, but there's clearly something going on in here. Ooh. Ooh, secret passage! Oh yeah, this is what we're looking for. We're not getting back yet, hang on. Here's a letter. A Lamshirall investigation. Clues. Lady M, I need you at my side tonight. The unpleasantness in the royal wing has convinced me there's no safety within the palace. I do not expect my cousin to employ magic, but I would hardly be surprised if he provoked another infestation. Since my court enchanter is not here to assist me, I must rely entirely upon you. There is no one else I can trust. From Celine. Okay. Well, let's quickly loot. I feel like if there's Veilfire here, there must be a rune somewhere. I don't usually just put that around for nothing. Ah! You can light people's urns. Oh, there must be a puzzle here. The arrow of time flies in only one direction. Its path lights our way forward. Ooh. Where is this? Man, we're getting real deep into the weeds here now. Our court approval is dropping fast, so we can't stay here too long. I've got my magic fire. It is showing me the way to all these hidden items. Including a secret building permit. Another scandalous secret. Oh my god. Hi. Okay, so that brings us out here. That's how we open those doors. I got it. Oh, and here's Cole. I was looking for you, man.
Talk even when they aren't moving. Silk on satin on skin, always wanting, chaste but chaste. Too many.
Everything all right?
Are you all right, Cole? You seem distracted. More than usual.
They have faces inside their faces, lying with a layer that tells the truth. I don't know how to help them.
Maybe it was a mistake bringing Cole here. There's too many people, too many emotions. Have you seen anything?
Have you observed anything happening yet?
A woman tripped on purpose. The man who caught her left the room. They didn't want my help.
What are you up to?
What are you doing, Cole?
A fallen fan can cut like a kiss. Hot breath from the wrong boy on the naked nape of the neck. I helped until they made me stop. Now they've all forgotten.
Alright, you do your thing, Cole.
Stay out of trouble, Cole.
Socks get wet when the tide rises.
Oh, that's some deep stuff. Alright. Grand Library has been investigated. I don't see any other hidden stuff. Oh, wait a minute. I spoke too soon. A book. Alamshral investigation clues. Grandchildren of Emperor Judicial Valmont I and Duchess Catherine of Habsburg by Emperor Judicial II and Baronessa Amelia Campanella. What the heck? Huh. Looking at all the grandchildren. And a lot of them died. Really young. Is that a coincidence? I feel like probably not. There's another secret building permit. Finding lots of clues. Wait, where did this one lead? Oh, same thing. Alright, we've really got to be getting back, but first, let's check out this side. Guest garden. That requires a hollow statuette. And there's nothing over here. Alright, let's get back. Hey, I'm back! Did you miss me? Talk about a superhero entrance. Now, what have we here? We just opened one of those halal doors. There's a lot of dead people. And some clues. Celine, we can discuss this like adults, can't we? We both know the weapon at Briala's disposal could not only turn the tide of our war, but every war. The Empire must control it. I do not believe you disagree. She's now a greater threat to Orlais than anything else. If you and I work together, we can wrest control away from her. Do not deceive yourself that she will be open to negotiation or diplomacy. You know her better than anyone. That's impossible. From Gaspard! Oh, that's interesting. Gaspard trying to work with Celine and all these dead people? Oh gosh, okay. I don't know what the bell means, but superhero jump! Let's get back to the ballroom.
Well, well. What have we here? The leader of the new Inquisition. Fabled herald of the Fade.
Look who it
Delivered from the
is!
grasp of the Fade by the hand of blessed Andraste herself. What could bring such an exalted creature here to the Imperial Court, I wonder? Do even you know?
Well, what would bring such an exalted creature such as you here, Morrigan? For those of you guys who don't recognize her, that is Morrigan, a companion from the first Dragon Age Origins. A very mysterious and powerful character. I'm gonna say it's a mystery.
We may never know. Courtly intrigues and all that.
Such intrigues obscure much, but not all. I am Morrigan. Some call me advisor to Empress Celine on matters of the arcane.
Oh, you're the apostate that she loves.
Very busy this evening.
What?
Hunting in every dark corner of the palace. Perhaps you and I hunt the same prey.
Morgan, how did you wiggle your way into Orlesian politics, and why? You've been watching me.
I didn't realize I was watched so closely.
All eyes are upon you, Inquisitor. Indeed, you distract from more important matters.
Such as?
Such as the unwelcome guest I recently found and killed within these very halls. An agent of Tevinter. So I offer you this, Inquisitor. A key found on the Tevinter's body. Where it leads, I cannot say. Yet, if Celine is in danger, I cannot leave her side long enough to search. You can.
Okay, I've got questions. Is the Empress safe now?
You left Celine alone? Is that wise?
I must return to her anon, but she is safe enough. For the moment. 'Twould be a great fool who strikes at her in public in front of all her court and the Imperial Guard.
So clearly, if it's Morgan who is this apostate, I feel like there's a 50% chance that she actually has magically bewitched Celine and the whole court into believing her, and there's a 50% chance she just used her wily charm. Perhaps a combination of both. Why do you protect her?
What's your interest in protecting Empress Celine? Are you her bodyguard?
Do I seem a bodyguard to you? If anything were to happen to Celine, eyes would turn first to her occult advisor, even if they knew otherwise. There are sharks in the water, and I will not fall prey to them. Not now, not ever.
Wow. Okay. I think I know what door it opens.
Briala's people are whispering about disappearances in the servants' quarters. This key may lead there.
The ambassador does have eyes and ears everywhere, does she not? Proceed with caution, Inquisitor. Enemies abound, and not all of them aligned with Tevinter. What comes next will be most exciting.
Most exciting indeed. We just unlocked the codex entry about Morgan, so let's go read that. Monsieur, I too am concerned about this new advisor to the Imperial Court. If Celine is truly curious about magic, why not turn to Madame de Fer with her questions? Why seek out this dark-haired apostate from Ferelden? Why bring the woman here? After a great deal of surveillance, I can reassure you somewhat. I do not believe this Morgan has our Empress ensorcelled. True, there is no way to be certain, of course, but the witch and Celine argue often. If Morgan tells Celine something unpleasant, she will avoid the witch for months before curiosity draws her back. Morgan has an interest in ancient things, magic from a time before the Chantry even existed, and it is this pursuit that intrigues Celine. Morgan can answer questions that Madame de Fer either could not or would not. Whether any pertain to blood magic or other forbidden things, that I can only suspect. 3 of my spies disappeared after attempting to breach the spells protecting this woman's laboratory in the depths of the palace. I would raise a fuss, but then my efforts would be revealed, even though I doubt I am alone. The entire court is consumed with curiosity, and the more Celine keeps her in the sidelines, the more we all wish to know. Our Empress plays with fire. Considering she has yet to find herself a husband to solidify the future of her dynasty, these dealings with the apostate are one more nail in her coffin. That is so interesting. That is something I did not remember from my original playthrough, that the apostate advisor to Celine is actually Morrigan. Regardless, it seems our interests are aligned at the moment. You never quite be sure what Morgan's true interests are. We now have the key and we can go enter the servants' quarters to see what's been happening up in there and why all of the servants have been disappearing. Clearly, there's still a lot to unravel here. We need to find out what's going on and who's behind it and put a stop to it. But we will call it a day here for today's episode. Take a break, catch our breaths, and when I see you guys again next time, we will do the second half of the Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts quest. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time.